Hi Noel, thanks for joining us. Commiserations, how do you feel and what have you said to the players there?
How do I feel? I can't find a word, to be honest with you. I've just thanked them for what they've done this year. All year, not lost a football match. What a time to lose it.
Yeah.
They've gone all the way by the last minute or 2 minutes. So it's disappointing. What I've actually said to them there, they've done more than enough to win the football match. They've done more than enough to win it. Lessons to be learned. As I said, I did make the point in that people look at it and think, well, I should have played Ibe and I should have played Murphy. But in terms of the two strikers, when Cole's coming against Turkey and done very, very well, Old Robinson has come in and started again, done very well. No one will say anything from that point of view. So in terms of where they go, like I said to them there, if 3-4 years time they're down the line, these are in the next World Cup with the seniors. Some of these are in the next World Cup with the seniors, or in the 21s, the next tournaments, or the 19s, the 18s boys. As long as they've learnt lessons from this, that's the key. Because it's hard to take. It's hard to take. Because they played. I thought today they played really, really well. Created enough chances and situations to have won the game. And at the moment, I can't find a word really because it's hard to take at the moment.
Did you feel that there was going to be a moment in the game where Ukraine, we seem to have the best of the game, but they always looked a threat going forwards on the counter attack maybe, and as the clock ticked over into 7 minutes, did you sense nerves from our guys perhaps?
I wouldn't say nerves, but again, tension's a big thing.
Yeah.
I even then I still felt we were in charge of the game. Providing I don't know if people could hear me on the side, but I kept talking about make sure we right at the back, make sure we right at the back. And then when you give silly free kicks away, unnecessary free kicks, the ball's lumped in the box, and it drops one of them. You almost think deja vu type of thing. Here we go. But for me, we've played well enough. We've had enough opportunities to score 3 or 4 goals today. Overall, we defended really well. I mean, Christian made a very good save early on in the second half, and that's of our own doing again. Although saying that we haven't called that too often. But obviously we're disappointed, and I'll be honest, I'm struggling for words at the moment.
And just as the week as a whole, obviously up until the very final moments, everything had gone very well. And what can the players take from this week? I know immediately it might not be so easy, but in the long term, it's about development.
It is, but I mean, when you play a football match, you want to win a game, and how you win is important. They play, like I said, they play some really good football, and you always felt when you play these nations like these, like their forte is counter-attacking. Forte is counter-attacking or set play, and that's the only thing I feared in the back of my mind. And obviously it turned out that way, sort of thing. But for the lessons for the lads, like I said, game management's a big key. Game management's a big key. And when you get opportunities, you've got to take them. You've got to take them because any given moment, the game can turn on a flick of a coin, and I think today that's what it was.
I'm just finding, does it make it even more hard to take the fact that there was a lot of confidence among this group that we could actually have gone on very far in Hungary had we made it? That must make it even harder to.
Very, very much so, very much so. But then on top of that, the main thing now for these, as I said to them there, whether you play in the 20s next year, on the 20s next year, or on the 19s next year, or 2 years down the line, or on the 21s or on our seniors, that's a challenge. That was all the challenge anyway. Yeah. That was all the challenge. So it's not meant to be. It's harsh. I mean, I just explained to them there, around the 17s with the 91 group, with Wilshire playing up. They lost in Israel on the very last kick of the game. They went out of the tournament on the 17s. Internationals will come out of that. There's internationals in there, in my view. Senior internationals in there, in my view. And that, ultimately, that's what it's about.